Hi guys, just a quick intro to this video. Today is Tuesday, it is the day before my uni market, and on Friday I have Good Friday Kayama special market. But this video is not gonna be about market prep or anything market related because I won't be market prepping. I have plenty of stock left over from my makers market. So this week I'm relaxing. It's school holidays for my kids, so we are just gonna take it easy. I don't think I will do my market prep for the next week too because my husband is gonna be on holidays too. So we will be just taking day trips and travel and relax as a family, take some time off. I will still be crocheting or mostly knitting because I need something relaxing, but still. This video is gonna be something different. The reason I'm starting this video is because we are heading to IKEA. Me and kids are heading to IKEA because I want to give this room a makeover. There's not a lot I can do in this room because we are in a rental and so I cannot utilize my walls, but the problem is at the moment I'm crocheting in the living room and I'm taking a lot of space down there, and then my kids and husband cannot relax or watch TV because I can crochet for really 12 hours straight. What I want to do here is buy a nice chair where I can lounge in my office and crochet, and then I won't have to take yarn with me downstairs, upstairs and move everything all the time, so everything is gonna be around me and close to me. So today we are just gonna go to IKEA to look at some chairs and some storage. I think I'm just gonna flip this table to make a room to have a chair in the middle of the room. There's nothing else I can do. The only problem is gonna be the space behind my table is my plushy bags and more of the boxes with the yarn. That's gonna be another storage solution. I might even go through some of my boxes that are under my table that I haven't been used for a while, where I have some leftover stock from my fabrics and my clothes and things like that. So yeah, I feel like the next 2 weeks I'm just gonna focus more on cleaning this room, reorganizing and starting fresh. All my big markets are done at the moment, so May and June are gonna be slow for me. I will be focusing on building my website and patiently waiting for my big markets response because I'm curious if I will get into those markets, because once I get in, it's gonna be a next level anxiety to start prepping for those market. So yeah, I'll just take you along to IKEA. I won't be filming a lot, maybe just some chairs I'm gonna look into and walk around IKEA, nothing special. It is a cozy, easy day for me. I am makeup free, mom life today, so yeah, I'm just gonna take you along with me.
Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Tiana, the maker behind the Also Stitched, and today we have something different. I have a room makeover for you, or better say, for me. Honestly, I feel so cozy, so good, so nice. This is the best thing I have ever done for me and for my business. The reason for this room makeover was because when I was crocheting, I was mostly crocheting in my living room and taking over the couch and living space, so my family couldn't enjoy watching TV, lounging and things like that. Because honestly guys, I can crochet 10 to 12 hours straight. I wanted to change that. I wanted to clean the living room of my yarn and put everything in my crafting studio, and here I am, sitting in the middle of my room, being cozy on this autumn rainy day, and I feel great. I'm gonna show you everything around, walk you through everything, but before we do that, I'm gonna talk about a little bit where I was for the past almost 3 weeks. Last video you saw from me was the Makers Market, which was 3 weeks ago, and since then I did have market on the Wednesday. That was my uni market, which it wasn't even slow. That market was dead. Apparently all the students were home because it was the last week before the exams, so everyone was studying and no one was at the uni, so it was really dead. But still, I did have a couple of good sales which saved the day for me. I will mention all the sales just so you know what I've been working on. And on Friday, it was the special Kayama market. On the Good Friday, it was a good market. It was a really good market, not my best performing, but really great. I can't complain because special markets in Kayama can be very hit and miss, and mostly they've been miss for me, but this one was exception. It was a great day. It was beautiful autumn day. So many people walking around. I've never seen such crowds at Kayama, and it was beautiful. I'm just gonna quickly mention what I sold in those two markets just so you know what I've been working, because I haven't been crocheting a lot for the past 3 weeks. The most things I was focused on was knitting because I wanted something cozy and relaxing, and I want to keep up with my needs because those were supposed to be my winter sweatshirts. So I think I need to hurry up to finish them before winter, which is in only a month. So I'm just gonna quickly go through my square just to mention the big items. I sold a lot of tiny items and I'm almost out of everything, so I need to restock everything. I'm not gonna go through the mini things that I sold. I'm just gonna mention some of the big plushes that I've sold that I need to make again. So just in total for those two markets, I sold over $1,000 in crochet. It was a lot more when it comes to clothes and everything. Chicken and egg, that was like going like crazy. It was an Easter weekend, so understandable. My duck with the floaty sold again, even though I raised the price. I sold a lot of flowers, a ton of mini plushes. I don't even want to go through all of that because I sold all of my pop-ups. I'm left with 0 pop-ups. Mini plushes very low, so that's what I need to focus now. Stingrays very low. Turtles were selling, but interesting, I was selling most of the land turtles than the sea turtles, the new Myrtle the turtle pattern. I sold my mini toothless. I sold that one on the uni market, and I sold my big toothless on the Kayama market. So toothless is finally gone. Now I can make another one, and I'm looking forward to making another one because my big eyes arrived and I can't wait to have it with a big green eyes. I didn't film those two markets because I don't know, I wasn't in the mood, and it was kind of back to back with the previous videos. You saw my uni market and Kayama just a week ago, so I didn't feel the need to film it back to back because I didn't know how it's gonna go, but I regret not filming Kayama because Kayama was very good. After that Kayama, I took 2 weeks off because it was Easter school holidays, and my husband also took 2 weeks off, so we were just having some family time, day trips, and just relaxing. Honestly, we did spend some time doing this room and building IKEA furniture. You will see most of the, not most, everything except my machines here is from IKEA. So yeah, we spent some time building the furniture. I was knitting a lot. I didn't crochet a lot, but I will show you everything I made in this past 3 weeks in my next week's vlog. I'm gonna start a new weekly vlog which will be mostly focused on crocheting because that's what I've been doing lately. I have no need to do embroidery or sewing anytime soon, so I will be doing just crocheting and knitting mostly, so I will update update you with everything I made in my next week's vlog. I'm working on some big things like Toothless was sold, so yeah, and some big dragons, which reminds me I need to focus on the small things because I'm totally out of the small things, but I enjoy making the big ones. Let's go, guys. I want to show you this room. I want to show you what I made. I enjoy sitting here. I've been spending here all days since moving into this room. Everything is close. I don't have to go up and down the stairs to the living room. I don't have to bring my yarn downstairs, ice, polyfill, and things like that. Everything is close to me, and I feel so cozy and so good, and I enjoy being here. And even this guy, I've been fidgeting with him so much. This is such a good sensory fidget toy because of these bubbles. You can just play with him. Like I mentioned, I made him for myself. I actually named him after my father because when I was a kid, my father used to catch octopus with his bare hands. Usually when he was doing that, he was doing on the beach full of kids, and he was kind of attraction because he was funny, honestly, guys. My father was funny. He was small and chubby and silly, and when he was snorkeling, he was doing it just with his bare hands. No tools, not anything, and he was catching octopus with bare hands. And when he was going out to the shore, he would just hold the octopus. Usually the tentacles of the octopus was just around his arm, and he was just swimming to the shore like that, and he was attraction. All the kids were around him. He was showing them the octopus, and it was fun memories of my father. That's why octopi in general reminds me a lot of him and what he was doing when I was a kid. That's why I like to have this guy here. I feel like he's here with me. In case I didn't mention, he's my late father, so that's why I'm kind of attached to this plushie. Oh well, unfortunately I have no living parents, no living grandparents, and I'm the oldest member of my family. I'm left with my younger brother in Croatia. He's a grown-up man, so sad. I don't want to go down that route. It should be a positive and funny video, so let's just skip that. Alright, so let's go. I'm gonna walk you through this room. I'm gonna show you everything, and I'm gonna show you the mess. Well, it's not a mess. It's an organized mess in my hallway, because to make this beautiful and nice, I had to put things somewhere out because not everything could fit here. So I have a good storage in my hallway, which I'm gonna show you too. I'm gonna do my best to show you the feel of the room, but this room is really small. This is 3.5 by 4 meter room, so everything is jam-packed, but it works for me. It functions. Here are my doors. Here is the entry. It is a tight entry, but it works for me. There's nothing I need to do in this entry, so all I need to do is just pass, and that's it, and it works for me. So here, as you can see, in the middle of the room, there is the new chair. That's the lounge chair I bought just for the crocheting and knitting purpose. I did get the lamp just to help me with the coziness, and this part is lighting directly into my hands while I'm knitting. The reason why this lamp is on this side is because first I put it on the other side, but when I was watching my computer, which is usually just my screen for YouTube, Netflix, whatever I'm watching, the light was in my face. That's why I put it here, so it is behind my head, so it's not straight into my eyes. So this is straight from my doorway. When I move into my room, I'm just gonna turn this off so it's not in your face. This is enough space for me to walk, and I'm walking next to my sewing machine. The big things have not moved. This is as it was. My embroidery machine is at the same place. My pegboard is at the same place. I just added the second pegboard where I put all my embroidery thread. My heat press is the only thing that could not fit into this room after the room makeover. Everything else is done. The reason I could fit everything nicely was the closet behind me, which I will show you. That closet was full of my husband's IT equipment, which he cleaned and moved, so I could fit everything else into the room. My sewing machine is at the same spot, and this shelving used to be next to my table on this wall, and that's one thing I moved. I'm gonna go through everything on this shelving, but this is not the final because these two shelves are gonna be full of the yarn that we will unbox in this video. I have a lot of yarn that's come in, and on Monday I will receive another huge order. So here is my entry door with the lamp, and here is the lounge chair. I wish I could move more back to show you everything, but I fortunately cannot. This is the furthest I can go so you can see everything. So this is the chair. And I have a footstool in the middle of the room, which still gives me a plenty of space to walk around. When I need to do embroidery, I usually work here. If I need to sew, I would move the footstool and bring my office chair there, and I feel like I have plenty of space to do everything. This chair is comfy. I enjoy sitting on it. And at the back is my usual yarn shelving. This didn't change. So next to my chair, I'm just gonna say hi first. Next to my chair, I got this table which has storage underneath, and this is where I keep my polyfill. You can see the plastic bag because I left the polyfill in the plastic bag. I can't deal with the fluffiness on the bottom of this fabric, so I just didn't want to have a mess. So I just left it there. This is what this looks like. I did put a stand for my iPad. I like this iPad stand. It is nice and big, and it's always open and on, and it's plugged into the power, so I work strictly from my patterns, and that's why I needed something like this. On the table I usually have my coffee and water and hand creams. I never go anywhere without those. These are the coasters that I was making and selling. Unfortunately, these coasters were not my good seller, even though they were so cute. I enjoyed making them and they do get a lot of attention, but unfortunately they were not selling. But I like them, I keep them. Moving on, this is the closet I was mentioning. This closet is blocked a little bit. I had an option to put this shelving on the wall to block a bit of window or to block the closet. I decided to block the closet because this closet won't be used as much as I do open these shutters on the windows, so that would be annoying. I did get another chair because this chair is smaller and the other one I had was very tall and big and heavy, and I couldn't move it around as easily. So when I'm sitting here and watching computer, this screen usually serves as TV. So I just move my chair on the side and I can easily watch YouTube, Netflix, whatever it is. So that shelving is holding my Cricut and most of my electronics, my mung bean. What I have in this closet is kind of organized. I won't be using it as much because this iPad is kind of in the way, but I can show you. I did some organization here. These are mostly my blanks. I have some t-shirts and bags here, and everything else is boxed and organized up there. Let me open the second part. This is my other sewing machine. That's the domestic one. I could technically sell that one, but I don't want to because my industrial machine is straight stitch only, and in case I need any other stitch I can always have it. So here are some of my projects and wool. I like to keep my wool in Ziplocs. I don't want to risk any pests. Some of these things more like personal. I have some fabrics here, more fabrics here, and just the random things that are organized in this closet. And that's it. It's nice and kind of tucked away, so I like it. I actually am surprised with the amount of the space left on my shelving, and even my cart. I have my trolley cart here. This is half empty. I'm surprised with how much storage I ended up freeing. For example, my embroidery machine. There is so much storage here which I never utilize, which I decided I want to utilize this space and put some things and store them, because this was an empty space, never used. As you can see, I have a lot of Mecca boxes. Mecca is Australian makeup company, and this is where I buy my makeup, so I just keep the boxes, and I did put label on them and label everything that is in those boxes. I have some things tucked away there. So yeah, this is everything what it looks like. Those are my hooping stations. Those are my fabric bins. My stabilizers are down there now. On top that box, this is where I usually keep everything that I make through week. This is my old laptop I used to watch YouTube when I'm sewing. This is my box with the yarn that is half used and it's not looking nice to be put on the shelf. This is all my cotton yarn. I keep cotton in box just to keep the pests away. So these two shelves are gonna change once I unbox all my yarn and figure out what I'm gonna do. Here on the top are some random items like my glue guns, some acrylics, and this is my knitting box, and this is my project box. So here are all my projects, bigger projects that I'm working on. This is my blanket, this is my vest, and this is my sweatshirt. These are all wool yarn, hence the reason they are in the Ziploc bags, because I am aware of the pests that can come with cotton and wool, and I don't want that in my house. I like everything neat, tidy and organized. I do have OCD when it comes to things like that, and I can't work in an environment that is not clean and nice. I hope you like this room. It is very small, but the best part about this room is me being able to crochet and knit and have everything around me, and not to go up and down the stairs and taking the living room space for my family. So I hope you like it. This is gonna be my favorite spot to film for the future, so this is where you will see me the most, and I hope you will like it. Now I'm gonna show you my hallway, because there is a lot to show there. I mean, it's still nice and organized, but I had to put some things over there because I have too much yarn that cannot fit this room. So in case I didn't mention, all this yarn is Hobbii Toucan. This is the yarn I primarily use. Same here. This is Toucan. The top is Honey Bunny, and this is all from Spotlight. These two cubes are Spotlight Marvel, which is their acrylic, and I use those to make flowers. So let's just go outside of my room to show you my hallway. Sorry about the lighting. So this is my room, and right next to it is my hallway storage. My heat press is the only thing that could not fit into the room, and I'm fine with it. I don't use that often, so I'm happy with it being in the hallway. This box has Spotlight yarn, and some, I assume this is Red Hearts Granny Square yarn, whatever it's called, that was bought in the Spotlight on the mill ends. And honestly, I don't even know when I will have the time to test that yarn, because with all the projects going on and market prep, I'm not sure when those things are gonna happen. So all this yarn from Spotlight, that was just their test run. I don't know why they did that. They launched a yarn and then decided to discontinue. To be honest, I'm happy they discontinued because it is awful to work with. I'm still using it, but not for any project that you need to sew, because it is impossible to sew with that yarn. This bag is from Sea Life, which we visited last week, and it was so much fun. We had a beautiful family day. This bag is holding all my bags. I have a lot of bags, project bags and things like that. There are empty reusable bags, and that's what it holds. There is no better way for me to show you this hanger because it is a tight hallway, but all this yarn is Modavira from Spotlight. It is their blanket yarn. It is very thick. This is the biggest yarn I have ever worked with. It is heavy on my hand, so I cannot do a lot with it. And there is a limited shade of colors. So I think there's only 9 or 10 colors. So we are very limited with this yarn, and I use it for some specific projects. For example, my toothless is made of this yarn. Hence the bottom shelves are empty, which we will be unboxing today because I did order black yarn to make another toothless. This is where I hang my clothes or bags once they are made, and while I'm waiting for them to dry, because I did mention in one of my videos that's how I get rid of the hoop burn. On the bottom of the shelf, these are all cotton yarns from Spotlight. This was also limited edition, and I managed to grab quite a few of them because the colors are so beautiful and I didn't want to miss on these. This is just my market hoodie with my branding. And I have 2 more boxes or bins with Bernat blanket yarn and some of the Parfait XXL yarn. And just to give you a sneak peek of what we will be unboxing, this is my haul in the hallway. These are 2 orders from Hobbii and 1 order from Spotlight. Spotlight is like a Joann in US. Unfortunately, I know for you guys from US, Joann is closing. Spotlight is something similar, but we don't have as big offer as you guys have had in Joann, unfortunately. These are 2 Hobbii orders. They had toucan on 50% sale, so I managed to grab some of my colors that I was low on, and then some of the colors that were out of stock. Of course, they decided to restock them on the final day of the sale, hence the reason I placed another order with them. That's why there are 2 orders. I don't know why they are sending this in 4 or 5 packages per order, because I don't know how is this profitable for them, because this is coming from Denmark, and 1 order to come in 4 packages, it's silly. It's so silly. I had once my order arriving in 21 packages, guys. That was crazy. My postie was laughing when he was bringing everything to me. He said, "What is this, Yana? What did you do?" I'm like, this is just 1 order, and I don't know why they send it in 21 packages. It was crazy. I don't know how they do that. How is it profitable for them? But oh well. We will be unboxing this today. I have to admit, these bags are dirty. They've been through a lot. They've been through airplanes, and I'm thinking just opening them here and bringing all the yarn into my room and showing you what I got without bringing these dirty bags in my room. So next clip you see me, you will see everything open on my table, and I'll walk you through everything I've ordered. Alright guys, it took me a while to sort everything because I couldn't figure out what the hell is this, because I didn't order this. And then I went through my receipt and realized all my blues are missing from this order. I did get blues from this order. These were 2 separate orders. So yeah, now I need to message Hobbii to ask where is my blue and what should I do with this fur yarn. I don't know. I'm not sure what I should do with this. Well, I can use it, but I want my blue yarn. It was 50% off and I need it. So at the moment I got my pinks, my purples, greens. Over here I have gray, yellow, pink. This is like a tangerine, blue. And this is what was out of stock the mostly. I needed this brown, more white, red, orange. And here at the back, this is from Spotlight. This is for my toothless, and these are for my flowers, and then I bought some blockers, knit blockers, because I hope I will be finishing my knits soon and I'm gonna need to block them. So yeah, this was my yarn haul, and now I need to deal with the customer service. Oh well, wish me luck. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you liked my room makeover and this yarn haul that unfortunately left me frustrated because now I need to deal with the Hobbii customer service and I have to deal with the Spotlight customer service because both of my polyfill bags arrived fully open and half empty, and I was shocked to receive that, to be honest. Now I need to go back to Spotlight to return that, and it's gonna be a hassle, and it's not something you want when you place an online order. The reason you place it is because you want it to be easy and simple without traveling to store, but now I need to go to the store to return those and wait for Hobbii to respond. I did request my yarn to be sent. I don't know what's gonna happen with the fur yarn, but oh well, we'll see. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for my next video where I will show you everything I was crocheting in the past 3 weeks, which wasn't a lot, but there are a lot of big items that I did. So stay tuned and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!